let's continue about the watch. I'm
Okay.
curious about it.
It's my
James
watch.
Bond's
It's James Bond's watch, and this watch is rated to 90 meters depth diving. I didn't dive 90 meters, and it's all fogged up.
Is that from the shower?
No, it's from scuba diving.
Oh, you did scuba dive.
I scuba
Oh,
dived.
okay.
But we can't talk about it. It's
We
classified.
can't. It's classified everything. By the way, I feel bad because I actually owe you money.
You do?
I snuck into Scream as a kid, and I didn't pay for the ticket. I snuck in. I apologize. No. First of all, I was reading so much about this role and how you were running all the time and wearing shin splints. Is that true?
I got shin splints. Yeah. There was a lot of running. There was a lot of chasing salt. That's what we do in this movie. Is we chase salt. It was unpleasant running in you know, because you're in business outfits. You're in suits and like Oxfords, and it was uncomfortable. Everyone got shin splints, in my defense.
Right.
Let's just say that Angelina had them, Chiwetel had them. I think even Philip Noyce had them. So
Right.
I'm
Philip
not
Noyce,
in as bad shape as I look.
Talk about getting in shape for the role. Did you have to work out a lot prior to that, or were you already in shape? Do you run every day?
It took about 2 weeks, but after the first 2 weeks of filming, I was in better shape than when I came, definitely.
You know, I've always wanted to ask this because you obviously you're theatrically trained. You're unbelievable in the theater, and you're also unbelievable on the screen. I'm just curious, you know, what is different for you when you're acting in both mediums? Because I mean, there's got to be differences, I'm sure, right?
The audience,
yeah,
that's the big one. You know, playing with a live audience is it's different. I mean, you know, sure, sometimes the camera crews like what you're doing, but they're usually doing their jobs. It's that thing about having an audience that's the biggest difference.
Now, I mean, do you play off the audience? Like, do you?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now, one thing about this movie, and I don't want to give too much away. You have a pretty intense fight scene, and I wanted to ask you about the training for that, and actually fighting that particular person, which we won't give away because it's a spoiler. But you know, that particular training for that was that rigorous?
I can't talk about that.
Can't talk about that.
I can't talk about any of that stuff. We don't want to ruin the film.
We don't want to ruin the film at all.
No, I can't. Yeah. No, I can't.
Can't talk about it.
Sorry.
All right. No. Now I do want to ask you because have you ever crossed paths with Chiwetel before? Because in the actual theater world.
No, we haven't. But Chiwetel has a photographic memory. He knows every line of every play he's ever been in, and every line from every play that I've ever been in by heart. And that's sort of what we would do. We would come off camera, and he would like do lines from Glengarry Glen Ross, lines that I didn't remember, which is really bizarre. But yeah, he also did Othello too, which I did. So we were swapping Shakespeare lines all the time.
Do you ever? How do you balance out the because obviously you're doing theater currently. I mean, how do you balance it out with the acting and the press? I mean, is it just constant work? Do you ever have time off? Or?
No, I've been off for about we closed A View from the Bridge on April 5th, and I've sort of been home hanging out with the kids and laying pretty low since then. Any
chance we'll see you in Scream 4?
You know, I keep reading that I'm going to be in Scream 4, but no one's come and said anything to me.
You gotta get involved. We gotta cut Weary back in the picture.
Yeah. He's dead, but it'd be interesting.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool. Bring it back. One more question about Salt. I mean, this is probably one of the most rigorous action movies I've seen in a long time. I mean, there's so much action in this film. Talk about working. You have something about you. I'm always able to emotionally connect myself to any character you play. It's like it's unbelievable. Like for some reason, it doesn't matter what you're doing. I always find myself emotionally invested in what you're doing. In an action movie, do you find yourself playing a different type of role for yourself, as opposed to dramas?
I think it's even more important in these you know, when you have these plots that are so out there that you really kind of grounded in detail and behavior and humanity. I think that's kind of what makes Philip Noyce so great. Is that's what he does. If you remember the Patriot Games movies with Harrison Ford, I think he does this genre as good as anybody, if not better. And that attention to detail and that appreciation of character and emotion that he brings to these roller coaster ride action thrillers is really what I think makes them great.
Cool. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.